following production is intended as a parody.
No animals were harmed in the making of this feature.
Look Listen was filmed in front of a live and unwilling audience.
This is a show about popular stuff. Watch it a lot and you'll never get enough. Look, listen.
So, John,
Yeah.
I've got an idea for a new segment. I know. But,
Okay.
go with me on this.
Do I have to?
So, yes, you have to go with me on a journey, a mental journey, if you will. Journey, if you will, to another land. And that land is my imagination. And in my imagination, don't laugh, don't cry.
I'm scared.
You look scared.
I should be.
You should be. Well, here's the deal. You are a purveyor of knowledge. John collects knowledge, and he transmits it to the world via laser beams in his brain, or through his mouth. So I got this new segment idea where it's kind of me wondering, like, what the hell is going on, right? So I think it's a great idea to name it, John, what in the why would they do this? What do you think?
It's a little wordy.
It is a little wordy. In fact, there's a lot of words in there that we just can't use, but that's okay. I think you guys will get the point. But John, here's my situation.
No, here's my situation.
Okay, you tell me.
You need to understand. Your brain is like Willy Wonka on acid, which in itself was an acid trip. Being in there scares me.
Just relax, because we've got something special for everyone, all three of you out there. I'm going to pose a question to you, okay? I'm going to pose a question to you about a particular, I don't know, a movie, a television show, a something. It doesn't matter what the heck it is, but I will tell you that it's going to perplex my mind, not only mine, but the audiences as well. And maybe even people out in the audience have asked these same questions that I might. You, John, are going to find out those answers. And more than likely, I know you are the kind of person that's tenacious in finding answers. You might actually go out into the world and maybe do some research, correct? So, all right.
But if I'm going and getting research for your questions,
yes,
you're coming with me.
whatever you need, whatever he needs, I'm there for you. So my first question is this, and this is a big one, because this tackles a really, really big movie. Not only a movie, but we're talking about like a global phenomenon, all right? It involves creatures of a sort that are now extinct. Could you possibly guess what, I don't know, franchise, movie, piece of entertainment I might be speaking of?
Any more? I need something else.
Let's imagine you go to an amusement place. And you interact and you see these creatures of extinct sort. Where might you be going?
Of extinct sort. John Williams still gypsy dancing now?
Where are we going, John?
They've got a T-Rex.
They've got a T-Rex. We're going to Jurassic Park. And let me tell you why we're going to Jurassic Park. Because you take a filmmaker like Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest creative minds of all time, right? One of the greatest filmmakers of all time. And I'm not doubting that because I'm a huge fan. You might have seen this on the internet, or you might have noted that a lot of people out there like to find flaws in films, and all films have them.
Not just flaws, Easter eggs, whatever the case may be.
Whatever it may be. But in Jurassic Park, there is a huge one. It is so egregious to me. I can't understand. I can't for the life of me.
One.
Well, no, there's two. And I mean, there are two. There are a lot of mistakes, don't get me wrong, but there are two egregious mistakes that make no sense to me. Basically, you take this. You take the star of your film. The greatest, maybe, film creation of all time.
Laura Dern.
Not Laura Dern. No. You take the Tyrannosaurus Rex, the greatest film creation up to that time frame, right? Because when we saw that T-Rex come on the screen, my God, and still to this day, it's so insane, some of those sequences. But there is one particular part in the film where we are in the, where are we? We're showing close-ups.
The embryo chamber.
Yes, the embryo chamber, okay? And of course, is this where Nedry is now going in to steal the vials?
He's taking his, and I'd like to point out there are way more than two. So I'm going to hit you with a little bit of knowledge real quick.
Okay, do it.
Dotson.
Dotson! We've got Dotson here!
Originally asked for 15 embryos.
15.
When they opened the can, only holds 10.
10.
He goes into the chamber, only takes 8.
That leaves what?
7 from what was asked for.
2.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, wait, they asked for 15. They only took 8.
Got
There's
8.
7 missing.
7 missing. But 7 of them missing.
Yes.
All right. That's awesome. But what's even crazier, and I'm sure a lot of you know this out there, on the test tube vials, they spelled Tyrannosaurus Rex wrong, okay? Like they spelled Stegosaurus as well wrong. But okay, Stegosaurus, cool dinosaur, big plates on your back. All right, cool, eats plants, nobody really cares, right? Nobody cares about Stegosaurus, do they?
Well, you know.
Well, they are kind of cool. All right, well, I care. But Tyrannosaurus Rex, the star of Jurassic Park, you know, you can have your Laura Derns and you can have your Jeff Goldblums. You can have your Sam, what's his name? Sam. Sam. No, not you, Sam.
We're looking at our producer.
Sam. We're looking at our producer. Yes, of course. Sam Neill.
Sam Neill.
Yes, of course. Yes, people are probably screaming at us right now. Sam Neill. You can have all those. You can have your Richard Attenboroughs.
I don't believe it.
But, you know, your Tyrannosaurus Rex is the star of your film. You can't do a close-up on a vial that is so important to the idea of the Tyrannosaurus even existing and spell Tyrannosaurus Rex wrong. You can't be this mad scientist and his team of scientists that are so mentally progressed.
Okay,
to
stop, breathe.
They can't spell wrong, John.
Breathe.
They can't.
Breathe.
It's okay, I'm breathing.
It's okay.
Okay.
You're fine.
All right.
Simmer down. Okay. My question to you is this. What in the expletive deleted are you asking me?
What I'm asking you is how in the living hell could this happen? How could this have been allowed to occur? Was there ever anything that somebody said, we have an explanation as to why we did this? Or maybe Steven Spielberg was just like, you know, doing what Steven Spielberg does sometimes, kind of interject some level of B-rated movie, something or the other. Or was it just a ridiculous mistake that
So what you're thinking that maybe Steven Spielberg himself went and said, you know what? Spell it wrong. Let's just see how many people notice.
That's what I'm wondering. And what we're going to do to try and prove this, whether we come up with an answer or not, is we are going to go out into the field and do some hardcore, serious research.
Whoa, okay, thank you. I was concerned. Didn't know where you were going with the hardcore stuff.
And not only that, but we are going straight to the source. We are going straight to the tome of knowledge, the place where you would go to find all of this. No, I mean, every bit of information is right there at our fingertips. I mean, all we have to do is just get right in there and do it. Where would we go if we wanted to know? Like, where, you know, like, what would you tell the kids? Where would you go now if they want to know anything?
The internet?
No, John.
Oh.
We're going bigger. What a trip. Are we filming?
I think.
Oh my gosh. Well, let me tell you something. You look fabulous. You got a haircut. You got something going on here from the last time. How long has it been since we've been gone?
2 months?
A month? I mean, this took a lot of work. This took a lot of effort. Did it not?
I went gray.
You got a little... Yeah, got some schmoods. Oh no, you gotta get this. Like,
dude, it's from travel.
You want to pull that out for
you? See this? You see what I have to do? This has been the entire 2 months we've been gone.
Look at this.
Will you stop?
I've got gray hair. I got plenty of gray hair to go around, but that is indicative of some hard, serious work, my friend. Stress. And I'm going to turn it over now to the man of the hour who has all the information for us. John, tell me, what did you find?
The question was, how could this happen in a movie such as Jurassic Park, in which Tyrannosaurus and Stegosaurus were spelled wrong? How does that happen?
What did we come up with? I mean,
what we came up with was not a damn thing.
Now, eventually, you do plan to have dinosaurs on your dinosaur tour, right?
Crappy as an answer that is, and I apologize to the 3 of you watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Increasing brain power.
No explanation.
No explanation.
Nothing at all.
No accountability. No
Nothing.
credibility. No interviews. No, like, best boy grip going, hey, did you see what... Nothing.
But we know that it's been documented on the internet.
Everybody's documented
right?
it, but
Like,
no one's
hey, look at
claimed
this,
it.
right? But
Nobody's
ever claimed
claimed
this
it.
ridiculous mistake.
So maybe in an instance like this, where the minutia of 2 vials spelled wrong...
It's so hard to believe. I'm not trying to cut you off, but it's just it's like right there. And not only that, but then they cut from it and right back to it. Like immediately, it's like it's right in your face. Tyrannosaurus Rex is spelled
and then
wrong.
Stegosaurus,
And Stegosaurus is spelled wrong. And you're like, how do you... I know, I'm going to keep going over it, but it's just impossible for me to believe. Are we trying to say that we're laying this directly on Mr. Steven Spielberg?
He's the director. He's the one running the ship. I mean, your name's on it. Jurassic Park, Steven Spielberg. Michael Crichton didn't edit it.
Yeah.
Michael Crichton didn't get it wrong in the book.
Right.
I mean, it's
Oh,
in there
gosh.
a couple hundred times
Could
in
you
the book.
imagine? Could you imagine if Michael Crichton had spelled Tyrannosaurus Rex wrong throughout the entire book?
Exactly. But this one falls directly at Spielberg's feet. Now, it could be one of his editors, but still, it's his job to make sure it's right. I
you know.
personally would have, like, maybe a meta answer. Like, in story. Maybe the embryo chamber, because they were, I spared no expense.
Right, yeah, there was a lot of that stuff. But obviously it did spare expense when you've got a twisting sign, when Nedry runs into the sign and the sign twists around and then you got to point it in your own direction. It's a point your own direction sign. So, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is he had spared no expense, but he didn't have a full staff. A majority of the staff was rushing to get on the boat. Maybe a meta answer like, oh my god, I misspelled Tyrannosaurus and Stegosaurus on the embryo chamber. I'll fix it when we come back after the hurricane. My fault. Had he noticed those mistakes in the editing process, it would have been a nightmare to fix.
They made these beautiful Jurassic Park dinosaurs with computer-generated effects. They couldn't move an N and add another N inside of the area there when they're making Tyrannosaurus Rex jump all over the screen.
I wish someone would have claimed it.
Like the editing stage is a very difficult stage for these people because they're working every night, late into the night. Sometimes they're running up against the actual release of the film.
Exactly. There have been movies that have bumped up a day or two
Yeah.
before, and they're still in the editing process, and they just have to make the theater date.
Right.
And who knows? It's a B unit shot, a passing shot on screen for 2 seconds.
Right.
Maybe someone saw it, maybe they didn't. We'll never know.
Right.
Unless Steven Spielberg finally comes out and says, yes, we saw it, it wasn't worth it to fix it.
Let me stop you right there. Because you thought I did nothing. You thought I did nothing throughout this whole trip, right? Sleeping,
I thought you did nothing?
wandering, I was looking at my phone. But you know what I was really doing the whole time?
What were you doing?
I have got a surprise for you. And this is a big one. This might be the biggest surprise. This is show 1. But somehow, some way, I have got the biggest surprise even for you people out there.
All 3 of them?
I've got the one, the only, Steven Spielberg. I have secured an interview with one Mr. Steven Spielberg. My friend, all of your hard work, you will finally get the answers you deserve.
This I gotta see.
Can you believe it? Check this out.
It's Look, Listen, Late Night with your host, Rusty Steve.
Jurassic Park, a global film phenomenon based on the novel by Michael Crichton. Few can deny the impact the film and its sequels have had on the human psyche, posing the question, what if dinosaurs still existed? But what if the most famous of these alleged dinosaurs, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and its much less interesting cousin, the Stegosaurus, were carelessly misrepresented? Here to answer the question of how in the did they spell Tyrannosaurus Rex and Stegosaurus wrong in Jurassic Park is none other than the film director and storyteller, His Royal Highness, Mr. Steven Spielberg. Steven, we understand that you are a big fan of Look, Listen.
That is one of the most genius combinations of science and imagination I had ever witnessed.
And yes, Stephen, I do apologize that my good friend and co-host, John, could not be with us today.
I'm a huge fan of his.
Yes, thank you for the compliments on both regards. I'm sure John is probably doing a backflip. However, Stephen, let's get right down to it, shall we? The big question on mine and John's mind, including the entire world's, is how in the world, then, do you spell Tyrannosaurus Rex and Stegosaurus wrong in Jurassic Park?
Very good question. I like that. I could have played it safe.
Okay, Mr. Spielberg, let me get this straight. So you're saying you took a risk, then, by spelling the most important dinosaur, ever, wrong in Jurassic Park?
That was the first time that was ever done.
But Stephen, there's something said for innovation, of course, but you spelled Tyrannosaurus Rex wrong in Jurassic Park.
The best answer will be in a year or 5 years or 10 years.
Stephen, look, no offense and all, but, myself and John, we traveled the world, well, actually we went to the Upper Darby Library, to research this, to find out the answer as to how Tyrannosaurus Rex could be spelled wrong in Jurassic Park. You mean to tell me that we might have to wait for 5 to 10 years to get the answer?
Hey, let's do aliens.
For the love of all things holy, Stephen. I mean, what you do with your own time is your business. But really, how does that answer my question?
Oh, George, how young we were.
Stephen, calling me confounded. My name is Rusty. I don't want to do aliens, and I have no idea who George is. Look, listen. We have to wrap this thing up, so I'm going to make the question extraordinarily easy for you to answer. I'm going to ask, Stephen, do you take responsibility for spelling Tyrannosaurus Rex and Stegosaurus wrong in Jurassic Park? And you are going to simply answer yes or no. Are you ready, sir?
Maybe.
All right. Follow me closely. Stephen, do you take responsibility for spelling Tyrannosaurus Rex and Stegosaurus wrong in Jurassic Park?
I couldn't answer that based on lack of real knowledge.
Good God, man! Yes or no?
Thank you very much.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled program.
Oh, what do you think of that, right? Oh, interview with Steven Spielberg.
No.
Me.
No.
Him. Right?
No.
Talking. He is a
No.
cartoon. No doubt.
No.
That's kind of cool.
No.
Right? What do you
No.
mean?
No.
John.
No.
John, you
No.
look great.
No.
John, look at you. New wardrobe. I have a new wardrobe. New haircut.
No.
Right? No. Okay. So
No.
we go through more wardrobe changes than Queen Amidala does in the Phantom Menace.
True.
But come on.
No.
Give it to me.
No.
Tyrannosaurus
No.
Rex spelled wrong.
No.
Stegosaurus. Right?
No.
Answered.
No.
Well, if you've come this far, we'd be shocked and surprised. But if you have, we'd really like to thank you. So tell your friends, drop us a like, leave a comment, and most of all, follow us here on YouTube at Look Listen.